Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video I'll show you how you can create this awesome sliding sidebar menu in PowerPoint. And what's awesome about this menu is that it works on all PowerPoint versions, even in 2010. So let's get started.
That's good.
Before we start, I want to say a huge thanks to Skillshare who are sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for you, my friends, the creative and curious people. You can learn many new skills, including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. I'm always looking for new ways to improve myself as a presentation creator, and learning new software such as Adobe Illustrator is really useful, because both PowerPoint and Illustrator are dealing with vector shapes, and in Illustrator you can create really advanced vector shapes. And recently I have taken this Illustrator class on Skillshare called Mastering Illustrator 10 Tips and Tricks to Speed Up Your Workflow by DKNG Studios, and I have already started planning how I can adapt some of these techniques in my presentation creation workflow. So definitely check out Skillshare and start creating even more amazing presentations. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So thank you once again, Skillshare, and let's continue with the video. Alright, so here we have a couple of slides that I have created previously, and now all that's left to do is to create a beautiful menu. Alright, so let's start by going to Insert, Shapes, and let's find a line tool, and let's just draw a straight line. We will create a beautiful hamburger menu button. So let's give it a black color, and let's give it a weight of 3 points. And you can insert specific length if you want. I'm using 1.25 centimeters. And let's just duplicate this line a couple of times so that we have 3 lines in total. And let's just select all of these 3 lines and align them to the left side. And as well make sure that we have equal vertical spacing. And now we can group all of these 3 lines into one group. That's awesome. Okay, and we can go to Selection pane, and we can actually give a name to our hamburger menu button. As you can see, we have a lot of groups, have a lot of shapes. So let me just collapse all of the groups that we will not be using, and the top one is our hamburger menu. So let's just give it a name, for example, hamburger icon. Alright, so that later on, when we will be adding a bunch of animations, it will be easy to find this hamburger icon. That's awesome. And now let's just insert a full screen rectangle that covers the whole slide, just like this. And let's make sure it has no outline, and for the fill, let's choose black color. That's awesome. And now let's add some transparency to this rectangle. And let's insert 40% transparency, just like this. And as well, we can give a beautiful name to this semi-transparent rectangle. For example, dark overlay. That's awesome. And now let's insert one more rectangle. This time, let's make it white color. And as well, it does not have to cover the whole slide. You know, it's up to you how big you would like this rectangle to be. Yeah, let's leave it like this. And as well, let's give it a name, and this time let's just call it white sidebar. Okay, so let's create a close button for our menu. So let's just turn off the visibility of a couple of those objects that we have just created, and let's just duplicate this hamburger button. Let's ungroup it. Let's delete 2 lines. We just need 1 line to create a close button. So let's select this single line. Let's just zoom in a little bit. And let's just rotate this line by 45 degrees. Just like this. And now let's just duplicate this line. Hit Command D or Control D. Now let's flip it horizontally. And now let's just align these 2 lines to the center. Alright, let's just group it. And let's make sure that we position this close button where the hamburger button is. That's beautiful. Let's cut this close button. Now let's just turn on the visibility of the rest of the objects, and now we can paste this close button on top. That's beautiful. And let's just give it a name, for example, close icon. That's beautiful. So as you can see, we have the close button, we have a white sidebar, we have dock overlay. So we have already some objects created. That's beautiful. Now let me quickly jump to slide number 2 and let's just copy this text box and let's paste it into slide number 1. This is going to be our first link that will take us to slide number 1. So let's type in the theme. That's beautiful. You can do anything that you want with these text boxes. These are going to be our links to different slides that we have. Let's increase the font size a little bit. Alright, and now let's make a couple of copies. So you can hit Command D, or you can hold down the Option or Alt key and just drag down, and you will create a couple of copies. So let's make 3 text boxes in total. So for the second one, let's type in portfolio. This one will take us to the second slide. For the last one, let's type in products. It will take us to the last slide. And let's make sure we have a little bit of space between these text boxes. Alright, so let's make sure that we give some names to these text boxes as well, so that later on when we will be animating, it will be much easier to see, which text box is which. So the first one is going to be the theme, the second one, portfolio, and the last one, products. Alright, so I think we have pretty much all of the objects that we need for our menu. So 6 objects in total. And now we can start animating these objects. So let's go to animation pane. And we can turn off the slide guides, we don't need them anymore. And now let's hold down the Shift key and select the dock overlay, the white sidebar, the 3 text boxes, and the close button. Now let's go to animations and choose Fly In Entrance Animation. That's awesome. And let's select direction from right. That's beautiful. And let's set the duration of all our animations to 0.3 seconds. That's beautiful. And now let's actually select dark overlay animation. Let's make it 0.2 seconds, so it's going to be shorter. And let's change its animation from fly in to fade animation. So it's going to be the only animation that's going to be fade. The rest of them will be fly in animations. Let's make sure it's 0.2, that's beautiful. And now the important step, let's select all of these animations and let's assign them a trigger, which is going to be our hamburger button. Which means that when we will click the hamburger button, all of these animations will happen. So let me show you on the full screen. So here you can see is our menu button, and when I click on it, all of these animations play. That's beautiful. Alright, now let's add a slight bounce end effect to our text boxes. So let's just select our text boxes, go to bounce end and check the check mark. So this will add a slight bounce end effect, and it will make our text boxes look a little bit more interesting. And as well, I will be adding a little bit of delay to all of these text boxes so that they appear one after the other. So let me show you on the full screen how the end result is looking at the moment. Alright, so now let's start adding links to our text box. So let's select the theme text box, go to Insert, Action, and let's choose Link To, and let's choose the specific slide. So in this case, it's slide number 1, so let's hit OK. You can as well use shortcut Command K or Control K and choose this document slide, and for the second text box, let's link it to slide number 2. And last text box, let's link it to slide number 3. That's beautiful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now let's take care of the closing animation. So let's select our dark overlay, our white sidebar, text boxes, the closing icon, and let's insert the flyout animation. And let's assign it the close icon as a trigger. Okay, so once again, let's make sure that the dark overlay is set to fade animation. So in this case, it's going to be fade exit animation. All right, it starts with previous. And let me actually reorder all of these animations. So the first one is going to be the close icon. Next go the text boxes, then the white sidebar, and then the dark overlay. And let's set the duration of all of these animations to 0.2 seconds. And let's make sure that we have the right direction set to all of our flyout animations, which should be to the right side. So let's select to the right. That's beautiful. And as well, let me add a little bit of delays as we did with the entrance animations. So let's do similar effect with the flyout animations. So I'm starting with a 0.1, 0.2, and then for the last 3 objects, I add 0.3 seconds. So now the hamburger icon should open up all of these elements, and the close icon should close all of these elements. And as you can see, everything is looking pretty beautiful. That's awesome. And as you can see, when I'm clicking on the first text box, nothing happens because it links to the first slide. But when I click on the portfolio, it jumps to the second slide. So that's beautiful. The links are working. And now the next tip I would like to give you is that we can set up our slideshow to be in the kiosk mode, which means that we will be able to navigate our presentation only by using the links. So as you can see, the menu is working. We can expand it, collapse it, but if I would just click around anywhere in the slides are not advancing because we are in the kiosk mode. So that might be useful for you. So just keep it in mind. So now this close icon is set as our only closing trigger. But what if we would like to click on the theme or the portfolio or the product text boxes, and we would like these text boxes to close the whole menu as well? So for that, we would have to add these text boxes as closing triggers as well. So let me show you how to do that. So let's just select all of the objects that we need, and let's just add additional flyout animations. And in this case, let's choose the theme text box as our closing trigger. And as before, let's set fade animation to our dark overlay. That's beautiful. And let me just reorder these flyout animations. So the first one is going to be the close icon, then the text boxes, then the white sidebar, and then the dark overlay. So let's make sure all of these animations start with previous. And let's make sure the direction is right, to the right. Animation duration 0.2 seconds. 0.2 seconds for the dark overlay as well. And let me add those delays as before. Delays will help us to make our text boxes look a little bit more interesting when they're flying away. Alright, so let's check it out on the full screen. And as you can see, when we click on the theme trigger, it closes all of the elements. So it's working. So now we can close the menu by clicking on the close icon and on the theme text box. So now let me take care of the portfolio and the products text boxes. I'll basically do the same thing that we just did for the theme text box. So let's speed up a little bit and I'll see you in a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I have finished animating the rest of the text boxes, and now all of them can close the menu. So now we can select all of the elements that make up our menu. We can select them easily in the selection pane, and we can copy them and paste this menu into the rest of the slides. That's how easy it is. And now we can check it out on the full screen and see if everything is working as expected. Alright, so here comes the menu. We can close it with the X icon. Alright, let's click on Portfolio. Let's click on the theme. We get back to the theme slide. We click on Portfolio. We get back to Portfolio. We click on the products. We jump to the product slide. We click on Portfolio. We jump to Portfolio, back to the products. And let's get back to the theme. So everything is working beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. And now you know how you can create this awesome sliding sidebar menu in PowerPoint. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in my next video.